season's calendar. The Monte Carlo street circuit provides both excitement and drama due to the close proximity of the barriers. There aren't many opportunities for overtaking here, so determining a good car setup is absolutely paramount. Monaco provides a close quarters wheel-to-wheel challenge for the drivers, and even though it lacks overtaking opportunities, it does give us the glitz and the glamour that can only be provided by a location like Monte Carlo.
Monaco is the most prestigious track on the Formula One calendar. It's a circuit that's extremely popular amongst the fans around the world, and it's something really special. As a driver, there's nowhere to hide. Low's hairpin is the slowest corner of any track on the Formula One calendar. It's taken at just 48 kilometers an hour, but provides a stunning view on the first lap as the entire grid bunches up and tiptoes through the corner, hoping not to leave any carbon fibre parts behind. This is such a tight bend that a special steering rack is used just to get around this very corner, as the cars would not normally be able to make the turn. There is the possibility of overtaking through lows, but more often than not, you'll end up damaging your car.
What's going on, guys? Over here. Welcome back to my F1 2015 career mode. We're back with part number 6 here today at the Monaco Grand Prix, the jewel in the Formula 1 calendar, and the first time we're going to be tackling Monaco for a full race on this game. If you missed part 5 yesterday, that was at the Spanish Grand Prix. If you haven't seen it yet, then do go pause the video right now. This is your chance. Pause the video now, click my name below the video, and you go check that out at Spain. A cracking race that was, and I hope we can have another one here at Monaco. The races just keep on getting better and better as we go on. You know, number 5, yesterday's one, was the best one so far, I think. And let's see if number 6 can be the same thing. But we're just showing you some highlights of practice here. So you saw I got held up there in practice, and I actually, for the first time in this career mode so far, I used all 30 minutes pretty much of the practice session here in Monaco, because obviously very tricky circuit, a driver circuit. You really need to get dialed into this circuit, especially on 2015. Also with the summer here in Britain just melting away in my room while I race, so I really had to kind of work on getting dialed in properly, because, you know, it was pretty tempting just to kind of do one lap and then just go straight into qualifying, because it was just so freaking hot while I was recording. But I pulled through it. I kind of struggled through the heat with a fan next to me, and I was able to do the entire 30 minutes to kind of really get dialed in. And the reason I did that, you'll see shortly, is because, you know, I managed this one really nice lap, which is, I think this is the lap in the end, or I think it might be a later one that I'm going to show you. But I managed to get like one really good lap, and then I just couldn't match it. Obviously the tyres started to go off, and I started to try and do maybe a little bit of a race sim just to kind of see what the prime tyres would feel like. I didn't go into the option tyres. I never usually do that in practice, because there's really no point. You're just going to kind of mislead yourself into what sort of pace you have. But I just kind of stuck on the prime tyres. I believe I used 3 different sets of prime tyres in practice, which is fine, because obviously in Monaco it's a one-stop, so it was, you know, you could use all 3 sets, so it's fine by that. So I used 3 different sets to kind of try and set faster times, or just kind of see what we could do. And I just couldn't match the fastest lap I managed to do it, which I think is the one coming up in a little bit. But yeah, you know, P9 right now, I definitely think the next lap is going to be the fastest one that we do in the entire practice session. But I just couldn't match it then. Like, I kept on locking up, kept on going a little bit wide. The oversteer was a little bit more here in Monaco. Obviously, being a street circuit, you might expect that to happen, but it was a little bit harder to kind of manage. And there you go, that is the fastest lap of practice right there, and that's our fastest lap of the entire session, you'll see, because we just can't match it in these other laps, just going woefully much slower than we can. We nearly get close to it on the final kind of little run in practice, but just yeah, very odd practice. You know, went fast for one lap. You know, I thought, okay, I have the setup down, I have the feeling down for Monaco, and then I just couldn't match it at all. And then here we have a little spin there on the inside wall, but obviously that's what practice is for. Obviously that hopefully doesn't happen to us in the race. So that's the end of practice. Let's get into qualifying. Obviously very crucial here at Monaco.
We're here in magical Monaco for this afternoon's qualifying session, which will be getting underway shortly. Qualifying will determine who'll sit on pole at this iconic track. These next few minutes could determine tomorrow's race result as well, before it even starts. The driver on pole will be best placed to win the race, considering how difficult it is to overtake here.
Exactly. To be in with a decent chance of winning here, you need to be on the front row. Even a few places further back on the grid, and you've got to rely on a bit of good luck to come your way, as overtaking opportunities are very limited.
So here we are in qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix, and obviously here at Monaco it's probably the most important qualifying session of the entire calendar. And you know, I've said it every single time that we need to try and improve even more in qualifying, because I think that's also partly where we've been faltering, you know, why we're behind Kimi Räikkönen right now. in the championship, because we haven't been able to get it together on Saturday to really start the race off well, and the race start itself. But if we can try and do what we did in Malaysia and, you know, get a surprise pole or just get up there on the front row maybe, that will really help us for Monaco, obviously, because it's very tough to overtake with these new improved AI. I think it'll be even harder. So we're on this first flying lap. It's been pretty okay. A little lock-up on the right there. Massive lock-up on the left into this slowest corner in Formula 1 there on the left hand of the hairpin. And apart from the two lockups, it's been pretty tidy. A little bit of oversteer there on the right-hander on the exit through the tunnel now, which looks pretty good. And you're about to see there, you saw Ricciardo's name pop up. Little tiny, like, little glitch in the graphics or whatnot. I just see, like, 3 drivers' names pop up in the middle of the screen. I think that's pretty much where it ends there. So just a weird, random little glitch on the graphics. But it's been a pretty tidy section after the Monaco tunnel. Chuck it in 4th gear. I was very satisfied with that corner right there on that lap, because in practice I was struggling actually to get it turned in the prime tire. So that might be something we have to think about in the race. That maybe in the race I have to maybe go down 1 gear more on some of these corners. Into 1st gear momentarily for Raskas then, and through to the final corner now, which is finally been properly kind of modelled on this game and doesn't have that stupid curb on the right hand side that you can kind of get spun round. But that is going to be a 1:16. I think that's 6 on my monitor. Can't really see it properly on my preview monitor. But that's not the fastest lap I did, because you'll see right now we chuck it in again in the same place to back on the right hander in 4th gear. Right now you can see we're in the top left. We are on pole position right now, but we're going even faster, and we might need to, because we don't know if anyone else is going to set a fast lap time. It's our 2nd lap of the entire qualifying session, and you know, AI might still set a lap time, so we'll have to see what it's going to be. We're barreling down towards the line. What is it going to be? It's going to be a 1:15.98. That is absolutely awesome, and that is pole position for Sebastian Vettel at Monaco.
The crowd loved that qualifying performance by Sebastian Vettel. He made it look easy.
Well, it was a fantastic result, but he'll know you don't get any points on a Saturday. And to make this a great weekend for the team, he needs to do the same thing tomorrow.
Welcome to one of the most iconic race circuits on the Formula 1 calendar. It's Monaco, the playground of the rich and famous. An exceptional lap time yesterday saw Sebastian Vettel take pole. Can anyone touch him this weekend, or will it be a one-sided contest?
He has clean air in front of him, so we'll be hoping he can create a gap over the first few laps. If the cars in 2nd and 3rd can keep close until the first round of pit stops, then they may be able to take advantage on the undercut.
It was a good performance from Sebastian Vettel in the last race, his highest finish of the season. Is this a sign of an upturn in form for the German?
Well, I hope so. He's struggled to adapt since the change of the regulations and has been very open about the car not suiting his driving style. But like all the great drivers though, he needs to learn how to adapt and maximise the potential from the car.
So here we are for the Monaco Grand Prix. As you can see on the strategy, it is option and prime. But here we are on pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix. This is our best chance, guys, to get our first win of the F1 2015 career mode. We go to 5 red lights, and we are off, having to wait a little while, and it looks like we've got an okay start. Bottas, though, has got a great start on the left-hand side. Rosberg comes to my right. I managed to still go down the inside of both of them, just about missed the wall then. We've regained 1st place there as we lost it momentarily, but we have got the lead then. For the first time in this career mode, we've not lost positions on the starting for the first corner. That is awesome. We're in 1st place through Casino Square, and that is great to see. Rosberg tucks in 2nd place there, so we got an okay start, but we actually got sandwiched there. We're actually 3rd momentarily, but then it was Rosberg who just refused to kind of give up the position, and he just cut the corner an absolute treat. Bottas went horribly wide, and that allowed me to just swoop down the kind of inside of both of them in the middle and regain that 1st place that I lost momentarily through Casino Square there. Lovely camera angles, and we're into 1st, hitting the bump quite harshly. Rosberg right behind me. Actually, it looks like the entire pack apart from me and Rosberg got tangled up there. Look how delayed they are. I think maybe Bottas, and I think that's Raikkonen right behind him. Yeah, Raikkonen, as he overtakes Hamilton, looks like maybe they had some altercations in Casino Square and slowed everyone down, because there's now just me and Rosberg out in front on lap 1 here. But a great, perfect start to the Monaco Grand Prix for us. And now we've cut all the way on to lap 19 now. I know, lies, I know. 19 laps to cut out of a race. That's pretty big, but trust me, literally nothing happened. And that's probably not a good thing for you guys, but it's a brilliant thing for me. It was absolutely great. We had no issues for the first 19 laps. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Rosberg behind us, fell behind. Rosberg, we got like a 3-second gap to Rosberg, and then for some reason, well, Hamilton kind of closed up on him, and for some reason, I think he must have had some sort of crash with him or something like that, because he pit around lap, I think it was 8, I want to say. I think it was lap around 8, so Rosberg pit very, very early. We're going to pit now on lap 19, which is in our pit window, so Rosberg pit 10 laps too early, so I don't know what went on. He definitely had some sort of issue. So now it's myself, Vettel, it's myself as Vettel, Hamilton second, and Massa third. Bottas also dropped off a little bit behind his teammate there. So right now we're in first place. Hamilton has already made his pit stop. A lot of the grid have already made their pit stop, so we're actually the last one on the grid, really, I think, to make our pit stop here. We come out and we've got a really nice gap to Lewis Hamilton at the moment. Before the pit stop phase, I believe it was around 15 seconds, and I think right now it's around 10, I want to say, or something like that. We'll have to see if it updates us as we climb up to the hill. Hopefully the second time lets us know what the gap is at the moment. 14 seconds, so we pretty much kept that 15-second lead. So we didn't lose too much time, because my engineer, Jeff, was actually telling me to pit on lap 18. We want 1 lap longer. So no qualms here on lap 20, and we cut all the way. Trust me, guys, if you're thinking there was any sort of action that I cut out, there really was nothing, which is great for me, really. I mean, maybe not for you guys, but amazing for me. Controlled the race there for the first 20 laps. But now, on lap 29, I say uphill now, because you can see, Hamilton is in our mirrors. He's closing up on us. He's about 2 seconds behind us. Yeah, 1.3 there, so pretty much 1 nearly. So nearly in DRS range. So Hamilton is closing up on us rapidly. 10 laps since we made that pit stop, he's been closing up on us. These prime tyres, just like practice, have not been working well. You can see there, I went horribly wide into left-hander, missed the apex, a complete treat, and Hamilton has just been banging in like consistent 117.8. I have done a 117.6, but for now I've been doing consistent like 118.3. So Hamilton has been catching me very rapidly indeed. So here on to lap 32, we've got 7 laps left of this Grand Prix, 7 laps to defend first place. You can see a lot of oversteer now as the tyres starting to go off, and I'm feeling the worn tyres right now in Monaco. And Hamilton is closing in, and he's going to start pressurising us. So we're going to have to keep our cool. We're going to have to be our teammate, basically. We're going to have to be ice cool. We're going to need to be as good as the Iceman and just keep ourselves calm under pressure on lap 35 now through to Casino Square. Hamilton right there still, and I believe it looks like on the mini-map Massa is also catching up. You can see there on the mini-map he's pretty close as well. So we're in stand mix right now. Jeff's told me that we've got in. Oh my god, we've lost the car. We've managed to catch it. What a rally move there. We're going to have to look at a replay there. So that is not the way you want to go around Monaco, and because of that, Hamilton's closed up right on us in the tunnel right now, and he's right up our shaft, right in the gearbox right now. It looks like Massa's also closed up, and look at that, back markers as well. So this is harking back to maybe what Vettel experienced in 2011, if you remember. It was Vettel, Alonso, and Button in 2011, overtaking back markers. We're going to do the same. We go down the inside of Grosjean. That was so close to the barrier. Nasa goes slow. Can we go down the inside of him? We have to cut the corner a little bit. Nasa needs to get out of the way. I've lost the rear car. We've hit the wall. Nasa's lost the car. Nasa's lost it. Laza's lost it. A treat. And now we go down the inside of Grosjean, and we've just managed to keep it in first place. But that was a crazy lap 35. That was just like 2011. The back markers crash again. We have to make our way through the back marker crash as a 3 kind of pair of Vettel, Hamilton, Massa. Instead in 2011 it was Vettel, Alonso, Button. So that was crazy stuff. Well, lap 36, we're still in first place now, thankfully. Hamilton's right behind us, Massa's still behind us, but thankfully we didn't break any of our front wing in that altercation. I was very surprised that we didn't, because we hit the wall slightly on the left-hand side, but the damage is not amazing on this game, I must say, so that's pretty much why. So on to lap 37 we go, and right now we're in the driving seat. As you can see, we're on lean mix in that last sector. That's because I've been putting it in lean to make sure I get a good run out the final corner, so Hamilton can't even overtake me with DRS. So that was the plan for the last 9 laps. So I was just putting it in lean the entire last sector here. But now we're on lap 39, and we are coming through. Just final 2 corners through Rascasse. Come on, let's not mess this up. Let's go through to the last corner now of Monaco. And here we go, lads. Here we go. It's going to be our first win of the F1 2015 career mode. Our first win on the game as Sebastian Vettel.
It was a brilliant result for Ferrari today. They'll have answered a few critics with that performance.
It really was a great performance, and one that I think will be remembered for a long time to come.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
That is absolutely amazing. That is great. We have won the Monaco Grand Prix. It was sort of your typical Monaco race. Very slow burner and got a little bit interesting to the end maybe. But for most of it was a typical Monaco Grand Prix. Single file stuff. But I don't care. That is a win in Monaco as well. That's even more important. It was at Monaco. So that's even harder. A driver's circuit, not a car one. And that is awesome to see. We have won the Monaco Grand Prix, guys. Smash that like button if you did enjoy it. And also smash that like button for our first win here on the F1 2015 game. I hope this is